Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the year again. Last year I only did the worst albums and the best songs, but luckily I had the chutzpah to curate 5 new videos this holiday season. Before I get into the music that I love this year, I feel like it's best to rip the band-aid off quickly and start with the shitty music from the jump. With that said, these are my top 25 worst songs of the year.
From the screen to the ring to the pen to the king. Where's my crown?
This is a really bad song. Despite KSI telling you that this song is a true story about his life, it comes off as incredibly performative and disingenuous. The thing I like the least about this is the Trippie Redd feature, if I'm honest. Unfortunately, this isn't the only time Triple Red actually shows up on this list.
I can't make no friends now. I'm used to running.
I thought people that were hyping up this project were joking, but it turns out that some actually enjoy this. It's sad because Ian is a complete clone of other artists similar to him, mainly Yeat a few years ago, but where Yeat shines at the very least is his production and the uniqueness of his voice. The problem is that Ian has neither of those characteristics, so imagine my shock finding people on TikTok and Instagram glazing the hell out of this music. This is horrible.
You painted that picture and you framed it all. You tore down the picture and you trained it all.
Okay, objectively this should probably be a little bit higher on the list, but this song is comically bad. This is one of the most fun songs I've had the pleasure of hearing this year, and from Mario Judah of all people. This is like the Dragon Ball evolution of music.
Already counting blue bugs, yeah, RDA, I don't know how to turn on, yeah.
If this were just a snot song, it would be mid, but the Six Dog feature really turned this one into a stinker.
Lick off the lick, I've been rich from a kid. Pat on her pussy is thicker than pink. Patting birds, I'ma put on a mink.
Rich the Kid dropped an album, and on the album was 17 songs, and on one of those songs there was a Young Adz feature. I don't know who Young Adz is, but he turned a boring bad rap song into one of the worst of the year. Incredible.
To know when I get it right. If it all goes away.
You know, if there's one thing I can give Fatal K credit for, it's that he never changes up his style. No matter how many times somebody tells him that he makes horrible dog shit, poo-poo, stinky, bottom-of-the-barrel sewer leakage, septic tank rupturing, vomit-inducing, putrid, rancid garbage music, he never changes. And as a conservative in the truest form, I can respect that. Good on you, Fatal.
Hazy clouds, let's drink. Black cherry and lemon lime.
I'm not an active Young Gravy hater, and there are actually a few Young Gravy songs that I enjoy, but this new album with all the country rap garbage instrumentals being layered under some of the corniest and lamest writing imaginable makes it almost unlistenable. This song in particular is probably the worst example on the album. This style that Gravy is going for isn't funny or enjoyable in any way, it's just very grating. Maybe not too different from Fatal K, Meghan Trainor has never made a song I actually enjoy, and I honestly think the earth will shatter whenever she does. This sucks ass, and that hook with the Jersey Club breakdown is really annoying. I genuinely don't get the reason why he decided to put this out. I don't know why he felt the need to make this. I don't know why he decided to drop another version of Insano just for it to be slightly less mid than the first one. This is just a bad year for Cudi, honestly. Sad to see.
If I was fucking young girls, I promise I'd have been arrested. I'm way too famous for the shit you just suggested.
You know, Drake started the beef this year with a great diss track. I really enjoyed Push Ups whenever it came out, and while there was nothing crazy on it being said towards Kendrick, I still had it on repeat for a while. Kendrick obviously won the battle, but it is still sad to see Drake go out like this. This track is a complete admittance of defeat. This man said that he fed Kendrick information about him having a fake daughter, then said that he's too famous to be a pedophile, and then had a minute-long segment at the end of the track where he sounds completely defeated and basically withdrew from the battle entirely. The bars are ass, the flow doesn't change at all, the beat is boring, this track is horrible from start to finish, and it's easily one of the worst diss tracks of the year.
These hoes be so fake. I'm tired of getting played. I just need a switch, we're gonna.
Lil Mabu.
Don't you be acting mean. No, there's a
Similar to the Mario Judah song, this one was and still is pretty enjoyable. The main issue I have with the song is that it is blatantly disrespectful to the original, which is a sin in and of itself. It also may be a little unfair to put Drake in this list twice, but ever since he dropped that lawsuit, he kinda deserves it.
She is heaven sent. So
This song is almost everything wrong with modern pop music, and to see that it's from an artist who used to actually make some decent pop songs is a little disappointing. I hate almost everything about this, and I wish she would have put maybe a bit more effort into her new project.
I know how my feet turn me on.
My Glorious King Netspin saves music once again with this one.
Till sweat drops down my balls. Till all these bitches.
This was the most random team up of the year. Finding out T-Pain and Mark fucking Zuckerberg hopped on the mic together to do a folk pop cover of Lil Jon's Get Low is something Buddha himself couldn't have imagined. This is so incredibly disrespectful to the original that it's kinda insulting, and it's sad to see that T-Pain would do something like this.
Pussy tastes like rum punch. All it took was one touch. Knock out one punch. Eat it up for lunch.
Cash Cobain just needs to stop making music. I was gonna put Grippy on here, but this song is genuinely just worse to me. I would unironically rather listen to nearly any other song on this list.
Best friend, let's call her Regina. Talked a lot of trash about me back in middle school theater, so already know it goes. I'm ready to go to my.
So, forget what I said about Rump Punch. This is the most boring song on the list. It's this high on the list solely because of that fact. This song is completely empty and devoid of anything. It's almost not even a song, if that makes sense. French Montana had the fucking audacity to drop 6 versions of this.
Thing you really need is a husband. The only thing you really.
This may very well be the worst song that Kanye West has ever made. The sad part is that I had a few choices to pick from out of the complete messes of albums that he dropped this year. Kanye has had one of the worst fall-offs of a mainstream rapper that I've ever seen, and I really do hope that he manages to make a comeback and put together a cohesive project in the future.
I know I struggle with drugs.
A joyless, empty song from the most painfully fake and inauthentic EP of the year. This track is completely ass in every possible way, from the faux depressing lyrics to this super commercial, royalty-free ass instrumental. This is truly horrendous. Outside of Ronald Radke's usual obnoxious screamo slop, hearing Tech9 do his fast rap hogwash in the middle of the song with a possibly transphobic bar jammed in the middle of it is very odd. This just barely makes it into the top 5 for me. This is one of the most disrespectful things I've ever seen a label do. A horrible attempt at a cash grab by releasing the absolute worst beats that Speaker Knockers has ever made. The song itself is very bad, obviously, but the fact that his label released this in the first place makes it worthy of the top 5. This man has been dead for 10 years. Please let him rest.
You guys lying on your dead mama. I'm on your dead mama, lying on your dead mama, lying on your dead mama.
The worst diss track of the year, and one of the worst diss tracks ever made. At its best, this is just a bunch of ramblings put on top of a mediocre beat. The lying on your dead mama part is disgusting. It's actually kind of crazy to think that Nicki would even put this out. But I guess it's not that surprising considering who she's married to.
Look at the stats, I've got the facts. My money like lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic, don't be a whack.
Thomas never ceases to amaze me with how bad his music can get. This time, he got a little help from everyone's favorite conservative Jew, Benjamin Shapiro. When Ben said that rap music wasn't music, he just meant it wasn't music until he stepped into the game. I'm so glad Benjamin and Thomas came back from the dead to save the rap game from the fiery pits it was headed towards. Thank you.
Show your dick, show your dick. Whole crowd chant. I like I can't, but what about nuts? People are.
A nearly 9-minute track by Lil Dicky describing how he accidentally flashed himself on stage in front of an all-ages show and went to jail because of it. Then how he, while in jail, offered to give head to an inmate who was planning to rape him. Then put the tip of the inmate's wee-wee in his mouth, bit it off, and spit it out. It's weird, it's not funny, it's way too fucking long. The song sucks. I hated it when I first heard it, I hate it now, I can't stand it. Lil Dicky is a decent screenwriter and comedian, but holy shit, he can't write an enjoyable song to save his life. This is the worst song of the year to me. And that concludes today's list. The worst albums video will be up in a few days. See ya.